Hey, this is Wileen Benson, and you are on the Daily Gratitude Call, where we start every day in gratitude. Gratitude is the highest energy state that we can be in. It creates a frequency of positive vibration that attracts positive experiences into our lives. Hey everybody, this is Wileen Benson. This is our Daily Gratitude Call. Thank you for joining our call today. I'm so excited to see what we get to learn today. I'm not going to give any preamble. We're going to just jump right into our 90-second meditation on gratitude for God's goodness, and we'll just see what comes up. So 90-second private silent meditation on gratitude for God's goodness. Just write down whatever comes to you, and then we'll share afterwards. Begin. Write down this last thought here. All right. Just took me to an interesting place, this private meditation. I just had a smile on my face. I'm just super happy and grateful that I live in a time of religious freedom, a time when I can pray. I know that there have been times in the Earth's history and in different countries where if you were caught praying, you would be killed. And so I'm just super grateful that I live in a time when I have that ability to connect with God in the way that I see fit. Also, I remember praying in school. When I was in grade school, before we said the Pledge of Allegiance, we would say a prayer, everybody. I remember having an actual prayer, and then later it became a moment of silence, and then the law was passed that you couldn't pray in school. And so I'm old enough to remember those things. And what came to me today is that our prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance that we did in school were said back to back and first thing in the morning, and just what I got today was how important those two are, that the habits that we create on a daily basis, there are habits that we can create on a daily basis that are going to keep us free. And I saw those two things, prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance, as really closely related and important to maintain our freedoms. Who else has something they'd like to share?
I'll share. This is just real quick. What came to me as you were talking, Wileen, I remember all of those things too. And I remember a teacher recently, there was a poster on her wall that said, as long as there are tests in school, there will be prayer in school.
As long as
but
there are
what
what?
came up, as long as there are tests in school, there will be prayer in school.
Oh, I love it.
Usually silent, but what came up for me previously actually was God is good, and all good things come from God, and just the spelling of the words good and God are so similar that I think that all goodness, good, came from God. That was it for me. Others can share.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Who else wants to share?
So I'm grateful.
I have that he knows me and he loves me and he knows what's best for me, and I receive what's best for me even though I don't always think that's the best thing.
Thank you.
The lessons learned are sometimes a little bit painful.
I love that. There's a lot of trust there to knowing that he loves you and receiving what's best for you, even if it doesn't feel super comfortable. Thank you. Phil, I think you had something.
I did. So one thing that came to me was that how good always triumphs. It always triumphs. And that I'm glad he's a good guy, that he cares about us, and that he has all power to do everything. And that just makes my heart have a lot of hope and courage.
Thank you. The thought that came to me when you said good always triumphs, and then going back to what Kathy said about how God and good are so closely related, even just the statement, God is good, God equals good. Whenever there's good, God is in it. Thank you. Who else has something they'd like to share?
My first thought, this is Michael. My first thought was blessings. How often during the day we look at something and say, not everybody sees it, but they see blessings in their life. There's a healing or inspiration comes, and something holds together for a moment longer just so you can escape or survive or get it tied together so it doesn't fall apart. It's like somebody has a finger on it holding it. And even in finding someone, maybe the right one, someone, and so there's help in building yourself. There's help in marriage. There's help in home. There's God's goodness is giving us the opportunity that we might succeed at the things that we try, and there's a lot of help in there that we don't see.
Beautiful. Thank you. I think that's kind of the definition of miracles, is when we get to the end of our rope and we just hang on, and then eventually there's more rope that's added. And it's things that we don't see. We can't see his finger on it. We can't see his hand in it. But I love that idea, just knowing that he's got his finger on the pulse of all of our lives and helping even if we can't see it. Thank you. Any other thoughts? All right, well, let's go ahead and shift over to our permission process. Let's everybody just take a deep breath and just get in touch with that knowledge of God's goodness, knowing that he does know us and love us and wants us to have the best of everything that's scriptural. And he does have his finger in all of our lives, and all we have to do is just reach up and take hold. Just kind of picturing like a young child reaching up and grabbing hold of his father's finger. And just invite you to be aware of any area in your life right now, one particular area where you feel like you need that extra support, that you need to have a miracle in your life. Maybe it's something that is, maybe you are at the end of the rope or your rope, or maybe it is something that you've been working on, and you just kind of are at a place where you're not sure what the next step is. Whatever it is, just be aware of this one particular area where you need to reach up and just grab hold of the finger of your Father, who is all-knowing, who knows the future, who knows you where you are and also where you're going. And just be open to that connection and feeling the energy and the vibration of the transference of His divine energy into you. And with this solid connection established, what is the one most thing that you could do today to help you to move forward in whatever area this is that you are focusing on? What is the one most important thing that you can do today to move forward, even if it's just a tiny baby step, just as you're envisioning yourself as a child holding on to your Father's hand, maybe even toddling along, having a hard time standing up on your own? What is the one inspired shortcut to standing firmly on both of your feet and being able to walk independently of Him? What's the most important thing that you could do today to feel solid and confident on your own, always knowing that He's there? And with this next step, there is a sense of letting go, always knowing, like I said, that He's there, that you can grab on to Him if you need it. But as you have this next step, I invite you to just envision yourself letting go and taking your own steps forward. And what is the limiting belief about stepping forward on your own? And as you get clear with what that limiting belief is, examine the cost of it. What is the cost of having that limiting belief? If you hold on to that limiting belief instead of holding on to the knowledge that God is right there for you, what would be the outcome? And if you're not liking that outcome, you have a choice. You can keep that limiting belief, you can continue holding on to it, or you can let go of that limiting belief and choose to hold on to something that is more solid, that's going to be more powerful for you. And if you're ready to give yourself permission to hold on to something more solid, say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what are those new beliefs? What are the new beliefs that are going to allow you to, they're going to give you something more solid to hold on to, that will allow you to walk beside God, having Him right there all the time, that all you have to do is just ask or just grab on to Him whenever you need to? What are your new beliefs that allow you to move forward confidently? And go ahead and take a deep breath and just bring those new beliefs to match that vibration that you were feeling as you were holding on to the finger of God. As you bring these new beliefs in, do these new beliefs match that vibration? Are they just as powerful, just as strong as leaning on higher power? Do these new beliefs, are they in alignment with God and the power that He can lend you? And make any changes that you need to to allow those new beliefs to be in alignment with that power that is available to us at all times. And then just check in with that next step, that inspired shortcut that you received. And how are you feeling inside of yourself? Are you feeling the confidence and the courage to move forward with this new inspired shortcut that you just received today? And just check in and do whatever you need to calibrate those energies so that you'll be able to move forward confidently. And we do have a little bit more time than usual to share today, so I hope we'll have quite a few shares today. I just want to share my new beliefs. I hold on to inspiration. I move forward confidently, and I have enough. I am enough now. And before I open it up for shares from all of you, I also want to just remind everybody that you can schedule a 15-minute call with me if you are needing some help staying confident and being courageous and taking your next steps. And you do that by going to AskWilene.com. That takes you directly to my calendar, and you can schedule a 15-minute call with me. It's a free call. It's just something that I offer to all of those who listen to our gratitude podcast, Daily Gratitude Call podcast, just to give you that extra support that you might need to continue moving forward. Who else has something that they would like to share about their experience today?
I'll share what I got real quick. I hold on. I got some of this from what you just going through the vision that you were laying out for us. I hold on to the knowledge that He is always there. I am moving forward confidently, trusting, knowing, powerful and strong, in alignment with God and His power and purpose. I have courage and encouragement enough.
Oh, wow. Those are awesome. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate those. I hope you'll post those on the Facebook group, Breakthrough with Gratitude Facebook group. Thank you. Who else would like to share?
I'll share. So my new beliefs are, I am a witness that with God anything is possible. I am a witness of God creating wondrous miracles. And I know God is bringing about great financial abundance in my life.
Beautiful. I love those. I hope you'll post those too, Tammy. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, we have time for a couple more shares. All right.
I trust myself to make the best choices for me. I trust myself to take action on the decisions I've made. And I liked yours. I have enough. I am enough.
I love that. I love, sometimes, it's easier to say I trust God than it is to say I trust me. And so I really appreciate that. That adds a lot of power to giving ourselves confidence and courage to move forward. I trust myself. Thank you. Well, I love all of you guys. I appreciate you being on the call today. Was there somebody else who wanted to share?
Well, that was really awesome to me. That as we were going to bed last night, we were talking, and one of the things that came up was just that trusting in God more and trusting in ourselves more.
Beautiful.
And that was really powerful. So I appreciate that share.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I know that the people that are on the call live, you guys create this call, and so I know that everybody that's on the call, you're going to get the most out of the call. And so I do encourage, if anybody has not been on the call live, to make an effort to do that. Get up at 7 a.m. or I know Tammy gets up at 5 a.m. She's in Alaska to be on the call. Some people are on the East Coast at 9 a.m. So do whatever it takes to get on here at least once or twice so you can experience it live, because I know those that are on the call live, the call is created by you, for you, with you, and so I know that those who are on the call are getting really powerful, having a really powerful experience. So I encourage everybody to at least try it once or twice. Any last shares before we end our call today?
I just wanted to share a couple of mine. That I am a student of God. I am receptive to His counsel, and I received His sanctification as I listened to His word.
Beautiful. Thank you. Those are awesome. Thanks. I appreciate that, Tyree. Well, thank you so much for being on the call today. We'll look forward to tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Mountain Time. I encourage you to take action on that inspired shortcut that you received. And a little practice that I am implementing this month is that at the end of the month, I'm going to be listing all of my inspired shortcuts on a daily basis. And I'm just excited to see the path that my inspired shortcuts have taken me on. I know that God guides us with those daily inspired shortcuts, and if we take them, the reason why they're called shortcuts is because we're able to see, we're able to go places that we can't really see what the outcome is, but God knows what it is. And so it definitely is a shortcut if you'll follow through with those inspired next steps that you're receiving in your daily meditation, your daily GPS, and on the gratitude call here. You're gonna. I know I haven't done it yet, but I know right now, I'm certain that it's going to be a powerful experience to be able to just really see the path that God leads us on. I'm super excited to do that and encourage you to maybe consider trying that yourself. All right. I love you guys.
Add one
and
thing,
we
Waylene?
will talk tomorrow. Yes.
Sorry. Just as you were speaking, I got a message from a friend about self-trust, and so
about what?
About trusting.
Trusting. Oh,
God.
wow.
Isn't it interesting that it all comes together for me?
Yes.
I accept that self-trust takes practice. You know yourself better than anyone. Trust your decisions today.
Wow. Thank you, Kathy. What a great way to end the call. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks so much for listening, and I encourage you to tune in every day to the Daily Gratitude Call. And the Daily Gratitude Call happens live every weekday morning. We'd love to have you join. So to find out how to join live, go to my website, WyleneBenson.com. Thanks for tuning in.